Hello everyone, this is Youth Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are in Summoner Duels S. Like usual, we didn't do too well this season. This season more so because, of course, our offense shenanigans typically revolve around cav units, and with the central part of the map being trenches, that's definitely a huge problem. We definitely ran into that problem a lot. Of course, our fourth team here is just a throwaway team. Baiting bans, we did get some people to ban those teams, but it didn't matter, of course, because most of our offense is, again, around calves, which is a huge problem, as we'll see in our replays. We did mostly the only effort we put in was just practicing our daily damage calcs. For the most part, we were on point. There was a couple of instances where I miscalc speed because it's hard to manage remembering everything going on. But we start out pretty chill here, just getting both sides getting set up. And here we just sack Legendary Lucina essentially for free. That is just an unforced error. We didn't have to do that. The match is basically already over because our opponent already knows that they need to preserve their Bride Lilina, otherwise things go pretty south for them, because then their presence on the field in terms of threat range is much more limited. But as long as they have Lilina and they don't exchange her for any of our units, we're basically doomed. So we're just kind of shuffling around. Because they already have the point advantage, we have to play aggressive, and I already knew from the calcs that we weren't living Brave Erica Harmonized Row. We just did it because nothing better we can do here. And they're just going to get a pretty quick win here. Not too surprising. And here we are with another absolutely terrible matchup because, again, we have two cav units here. Of course, theoretically, in a scenario where we get to attack the enemy units when we want to, we pretty much win this matchup every single time just because we have kill power across the board. Harmonized Roy might struggle to survive Fallen Edelgard, but it's totally possible for him to survive. We just need to buff his defense most likely, or just keep him buffed up, because of course as long as Faith in Humanity is active, Bonfire does not go off on the counter, and he has effective damage, so that would help out a ton. Of course, Legendary Nana can truck out a ton of damage. Legendary Lucina against their flyers, pretty great as well. But of course the problem is, I already knew it was coming. They were planning to just do a smite play on their Pirate Naysala because of course, Pirate Naysala because of course Crossbones Claw is definitely not the best weapon in the world, but still super solid, especially for what flying beast units have nowadays. So of course, they're going to smite in here, and I actually mistapped there. We didn't want to actually swap there because, of course, they just get the free kill, and the match is already over again. We can go pick up kills, but I knew here picking up the kill on Legendary Myrrh is incorrect. I just did it anyways because I figured might as well, because they can just go for the swap play here and get the revenge kill on Legendary Nana, and there's no way for us to attack their units to revenge kill because of course their Fallen Edelgard has far saves. Legendary Lucina is not going to be doing very much. Kanto is just too good against us here. We had some form of Kanto control in every team. We still would have a terrible time, but at least we wouldn't get absolutely rolled. But doesn't matter. They set up their bonfire, pick up the kill there, and once again the match is over pretty quickly. Although it does span for the entire 5 turns. It doesn't really feel that way. Here our opponent had an interesting set of units. Again, like every season of Summoner Duels Us, we always ban Duo Dagger. We almost always ban Yuri. Just because even if the rest of the team is bad, Yuri just getting 3 kills from simple setups is basically match losing every single time. So here they pop their duo skill, not entirely sure why, because they don't really do much with it. So we are just chilling around. I decided to not pick up the kill on Duo Hilda, because then they will get the points advantage when they revenge kill with Legendary Hilda.
I'm with you.
So it's not great for us to do that. And we're basically just doing nothing, waiting for them to overextend. They actually end up disconnecting here. I believe this is the match I remember off the top of my head, but yeah, their Duo Hilda can't quite take out our Harmonized Catcher here. Not enough speed to double, not enough attack to one-shot. So we were just going to be potatoing for a while. Chances are we would probably be the ones at this point maybe pressing for an advantage, because they have really put their far save unit far forward and they don't have the mobility to just casually pull them back except with pivot. So I don't know, I feel like with perfect play this probably ends in a draw which is the sad thing about Summoner Duels S. At least with Summoner Duels R, you have the memery of the matchmaker, where you get matched up either into a super easy win or a super easy loss. So, in Summoner Duels S, you can pretty much guarantee your matchups are going to be pretty even or completely one-sided based off of the bans. So we're just kind of doing whatever we feel like here. Did not do our daily damage calcs this match because I was like, what could possibly go wrong if we don't? And well, the biggest thing is this time around I decided to give them the captain kill because I plan to go for the revenge kill on Wallheart with Harmonized Roy. Problem is he can't actually pick up the kill and I make a mistake. If I wanted to pick up the kill on Wallheart here, I would need to have move Peony within range to get the triangle attack shenanigans going, because he's already able to attack Wallheart twice, but that's not enough to kill, because of course they're in succession, so he doesn't actually proc Luna, kind of a huge problem. So even though Wallheart was adjacent to Mirabilis, even then Harmonized Roy couldn't pick up the kill, but I don't think they realized we had triangle attack shenanigans available, so they overextended, so we were able to snipe down there. And now we are in a winning position. We can play hyper aggressively here because Legendary Nana is in place to revenge kill Gangrel if they decide to use him to pick up a kill on one of our units here, because of course Mirabilis was in the way. So that's just the GG. And here we have another generic matchup here. I said here too many times, but this is a Sacred Calibrate Hector, and the rest of the team, pretty low investment, nothing too mind-blowing. So of course our win condition is going to be taking out their Brave Hector. After that, it's pretty much free real estate. They force our hand here because again we're not actually trying too hard, but we set up the 2-action kill onto their Brave Hector, and now they can go for the kill on Legendary Lilna. And we decide to play slightly aggressive here. They end up repositioning and dancing, so we pivot ourselves over. I was debating whether to offer the exchange of what's his name, Volk for Racing. I thought it would be not great, but okay. We actually did our daily damage calcs, so as you'll see in a bit, Volk's actually unable to take out Legendary Crom. As you can see, they are short even if they had Flower of Joy buffing. So daily damage calcs come in clutch there. Lethality definitely super strong. Definitely should not underestimate it by any means. I don't think many people do when they know it's coming. Some people just don't really care if people are running lethality on a unit that can actually proc it. That's kind of the thing with lethality, you have to be able to proc it, and that's not always a guarantee unless you're some specific units. And so at this point, we are in Gold A. Honestly, I don't think we're ever making it to tier 13 unless we actually build reasonable teams. Because of course we're always going to be up against these kind of Farsu teams. And again, another theoretical thing, if we can get our units to go in where we want them to, we are going to have a field day. There, Summer Cloud unable to one-round KO Legendary Sigurd, but the main thing there is they got free chip damage on them. We have no convenient way to heal. Of course, we can't infinite stall for healing because there's only five entire turns in an entire match max. So at this point, the match is already over because they just sit there. They just camp. That's it. They have the points advantage. We have to advance, and they have a Pavis Ash, so she can wall Legendary Sigurd. Nothing we can do. So Fallen Star coming in handy there for that damage reduction, but he already calced out that Dual Corn easily takes out Legendary Lilina regardless, so didn't matter. Match is again over because they can camp. The other thing I don't like about Summer Duels is it's highly dependent on getting the point advantage, and then once you get into a position where you can camp safely, you basically get a guaranteed win unless you throw, really throw. Because at some point, especially even at turn 3, sometimes matches are already fully decided because the opponent's win condition ends up becoming take out your entire team, but you can just run. You can give them all the capture points and everything, and all but one kill, and you will still win because of how the scoring system works. And that is certainly a huge problem for us in duels. We basically never can keep the point advantage since our strategy involves nuking, but we don't actually leave. So we always get revenge killed. So if the captain picks up the revenge kill, you're putting yourself at a technical disadvantage, guaranteed, if you don't play it correctly. Here, our opponent overextends, and so we get the option to pick off their Peony, which case we're obviously doing because the key is we have to change fate, so we can burn. We have more actions than they do, and in fact here they decided to go in. We really didn't have very many options. Here I used Race in the Block because of course Dual Crom or Legendary Crom gets the 100% kill on Fallen Edelgard with Deadeye, so it's not even close. So match again is over. They have to be aggressive towards us if they want to have any chance of winning, and we're just free to exchange. If they're inner range of Legendary Lilina, we just exchange, that's it. They can't take out all of our units. So again, that's just how dual scoring works. It's incredibly difficult to balance the game mode in terms of scoring and even mechanics. Duo and harmonized heroes just inherently have a huge advantage in duels, and the fact that you have the option of just casually burning your action if you want to by using your duo harmonized skill. Here we don't do our daily damage calc this match because I figured I saw what we were up against and I knew no matter what matchup we got, it was going to be terrible. At this point, they're playing pretty well, playing aggressive because, again, they had their far save units. So, they decided to pick up the kill on Ashe, which I think was fine. It was a good choice by them. Because, of course, the key to us winning is taking out their dual Ike, because we're already in a bad spot. But here, this is where one of my mistakes, while we don't do our daily damage calcs and whatnot, I was playing, of course, to set up a scenario where dual Ike would get debuffed by attack speed menace, and so thereby we'd be able to double and kill, because of course he doesn't get damage reduction on all attacks. So the Luna would hurt quite a bit. I mean, so the problem is they had their duo skill, so the -7 attack speed means it's game over. They can just camp again. We can't do anything. They can give us capture points for 2 turns, 3 turns, and they could technically get away with it. Of course, at 3 turns we would have the point advantage, but they can just play aggressively towards us because Berserker cannot deal with duo Ike, and so that is the end of our season. Yeah, at the end of the day, poor showing. We did get a few wins, but overall, I feel like if we actually tried, we would do only a little better. The matchups for us again on this map are just abysmal. Our best team is probably the 3rd team, and it's not very good. So, with this current glory, we are probably just making top 3k. I don't care for top 1k. We typically have gone top 3k in previous seasons anyways, and the rewards difference is pretty negligible. The only thing I would really care about is the 6 dragon flowers, which with the way we're conserving our dragon flowers is not a big deal. The largest deal is actually the Divine Codes Part 3. If somehow in the distant future we're short when they quit giving us Divine Codes Part 3 and start Part 4, and we're just barely short by like 100 or 200 Part 3 codes from unlocking, say, one of the Tier 5, or completely unlocking a path, then, you know, that's where it would matter. At the end of the day, I don't think I'll really care. Because if I really want fodder, I will just burn orbs and summon for it at a reasonable value. Because that's pretty much how it goes with our collection shenanigans. But until next time, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!